Good morning, everyone. Today we're on the website of Armagh City, Banbridge and Craigavon Borough Council. And a job has come to my attention that they were advertising recently, entitled a Net Zero Innovation and Delivery Officer. Now, I have no idea what a Net Zero Innovation and Delivery Officer is, but I believe it fits perfectly with our non-job criteria. And that's exactly what it is, a non-job. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. Now, it's a temporary position, or so they claim, until the 30th of June 2025. But I can tell you, once you get started in one of these public sector non-jobs, you're basically there for a long time, if not for a lifetime. And, they probably will get additional taxpayer funding to keep the position going. Let's hope that they don't. But I have a strange suspicion that they will indeed take more taxes off us to pay for this nonsense here. Now, let's talk salary just for a moment. The starting basic salary in this job role is £42,708, rising to £44,711 per annum. Nice work if you can get it. But let's talk salaries. This job role here is actually paying more than a qualified staff nurse. This job here is actually paying more than a qualified and experienced firefighter. And this job here is certainly paying as much as a qualified and experienced paramedic. Now, what would you rather have? The three jobs I just mentioned, or a Net Zero Innovation and Delivery Officer? You can read down the load of tosh that is the job summary. As I've said before, this is nothing more than a box-ticking job. It's to write up needless reports and recommendations that very few people will ever read. Glossy brochures will be the order of the day that will sit on a shelf gathering dust. And basically it's a complete and utter waste of our taxes. But it doesn't stop them advertising these jobs. And most of the councils have jobs such as this. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Health Service has a Net Zero Innovation and Delivery Officer, the Education Authority, the PSNI. They just multiply themselves right across the public sector. But, you can read down through the guff. The post holder will be required to manage the delivery of the driving net zero transformation of the Mid-South West region in Northern Ireland, a project funded through Innovate UK's Net Zero Living programme in collaboration with partner councils. Now, I believe it is taxpayer funded, and a lot of these quangos are too. But as I have said in other videos, I don't believe there is a necessity for net zero. And I certainly don't believe in what's called man-made climate change. I believe it's nothing other than a climate hoax to basically force you off the road, to make you colder, and to have less disposable income. And it's rather telling that the energy giant BP is starting to de-invest in renewables, or so-called renewables, which are extremely costly. So they're moving out of solar and wind and going back to drilling for oil and gas, which I think is a great idea. It provides cheap, reliable energy. We keep the lights on. We're able to drive our cars. And well done, BP. Somebody's showing a bit of initiative there. But that doesn't stop these local authorities and much of the public sector spending our cash on this type of nonsense here. A Net Zero Innovation and Delivery Officer. I mean, if it wasn't so pathetic, it would be comical. But there you go. Tell me what you think, of course. Do we really need a Net Zero Innovation and Delivery Officer, or would you rather have a nurse, firefighter, or paramedic? I think most people will take the nurse, firefighter, and paramedic any day of the week. instead of this stuff here. But leave your comments and tell me what you think. I'll respond if and when I can. And I'll see you all on the next video.